that way, but the pond is this way. I'm confused. I don't know how to read maps. Should I be doing this? This is where we are, number 6, and we're trying to get to number 8.
You're saying?
I'm a little annoyed because I don't understand the map, and I don't think Daniel either. So we gave up, and we were going to the tower. That is so funny. Oh my God, what's happening? Pick up.
Alrighty, what can I get you?
It's gonna be a kiwi quencher. Hello friends, do excuse the noise. We are in my husband's truck and it's a louder car, but welcome to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Carla and I make videos about faith, nursing. I am a registered nurse, and also about my husband's journey. That is Daniel Yorros. He is a dialysis patient as a result of the pandemic. He caught the pandemic disease and almost lost his life back in 2021, but today he is thriving and we are currently waiting for a call for a kidney transplant that has become available for him. But that is the introduction to who I am. But today we're gonna have a really exciting day and I'm bringing you along because we're going to be going to Bach Towers in Lake Wales, Florida. I have been there once before. It's very close to where we live. We live a few towns over, and this is a really well-known place actually. A lot of people love going there to get engagement pictures and all kinds of things. It is a garden.
Are you kidding me?
What happened? Did they crash?
Almost. Sorry.
I don't know. I every time that me and Daniel are in the car, we witness something crazy, like people almost crashing and whatever. Anyways, but it's a really cool garden, and they also have like this mansion that you can go. Sometimes it's open and you can pay $7 to get in. Sometimes it's not, but it's $17 per person to get into the gardens. If there's different ways you can get discounts if you have like this membership, or you get into like different historical gardens and stuff like that. We don't do that because obviously we just don't do that enough to pay for it. But it is a beautiful day outside. Gorgeous, just a few clouds, which is totally fine because today is actually April 1st. April Fools. So we have been wanting to visit the Bach Tower Gardens for a while. Now, the reason that I love to vlog my life is because, one, I want to be able to look back on these memories and just see them through the lens of young Carla trying to figure out being a wife and trying to figure out life and all these things. But also because with Daniel being sick right now, like he literally has so much going on in his body. He has a catheter in his belly. I've shown it before on the channel, so I'll link some videos. Actually, I'll link a playlist down below if I remember to, because I'm gonna forget. But I'm chronologically in this entire journey and documenting the journey of how he's gotten to the transplant list. And once we get the transplant, once of course he goes to surgery and stuff, I'll get what I can. But you know, it's really, this is crazy that we're even living through this. We're in our mid-20s, and yeah, it's just crazy that we're living through this.
We started this in our early 20s.
Yeah, but we started this like, you know, very early on in our marriage. We were a year and a half into marriage when he got sick. So just documenting what it's like to go out and do things and have fun and enjoy life, even in the midst of really difficult illness, even in the midst of, like, we have a scooter in the back. It's actually in the bed of the truck, and the reality is he has to use a scooter to get around because he's sick, and he's a dialysis patient. And right now, like I was mentioning, he has a catheter in his belly because he used to do dialysis through his belly. If you want more information on that, I do have videos in this channel, but he's no longer doing that kind of dialysis. He is doing hemodialysis in center, where he goes 3 times a week. And so he had to have surgery a few weeks ago for that. I will be you know, I can show you what his arm looks like, but he had staples removed in. I'm just gonna say that I'm about to show the video of him having the staples removed. If that's something that kind of freaks you out, the video's coming up in 3, 2, 1. So sorry, don't watch it if you don't want to. But it's basically, he has staples removed in his arm a couple of weeks ago, actually last week, and he also has a catheter in his chest that once the fistula or the graft, they ended up doing a graft in his arm, is healed. Basically, they connect like an artery to like, the only way I can put it is a plastic tube. I don't know, I'm a nurse, but I don't know too much about this. But it's a plastic tube, and it's just basically they put needles in there, and that's how he gets dialysis, to get the blood out of his body and filter it and put it back in. So he's healing from that. He's doing much better with that. He was actually all swollen up and bruised, but he's looking so much better. And so once this is good and they're completely sure it's functioning, which they are planning on removing it next week, the one in his chest. So he has like a catheter, a healing surgery, and a catheter in his belly, which is insane. Like, we didn't expect in our 20s and our early years of marriage, when we were planning like this awesome trip to some national parks and all these things, and all of a sudden just our life takes a crazy turn. So that's why I bring you along in these videos, because we travel differently now. We have traveled with a dialysis machine, and I have some vlogs that I can link down below for you. We have a podcast where we talk about our experience, because this is crazy. And if you're going through something similar, like, we don't want people to feel alone in the midst of their suffering. Like, this sucks. Like, I have caught my husband as he's passing out because of his blood pressure dropping. I quit my job to take care of him for 7 months in 2021. Like, our lives are insane. This is not what we expected. So we want to showcase the reality of it is, not make it pretty, it's not easy. I forgot what I was saying. I know. I don't have a choice, guys. What am I supposed to do? Abandon my husband while he's dealing with this? Like, it's just for better or for worse. This doesn't make me like, I'm not Mother Teresa. He was a very big guy. He's 6'2". I'm 5'2". I mean, I'm not the tiniest girl in the world, but I'm only 5'2", and I had to catch him multiple times when he passed out. Like, I became like, we were very blessed that I had like all this energy when he first got sick. But last year I hit rock bottom. I burnt out as a caregiver. I was depressed. I was anxious. I had to ask for help. And I'm so blessed that God has given us like great people in church community, that God has given us so many kind friends and family members. Our families are awesome, and whenever we have an emergency, they come running. I feel so bad. I feel like every time they probably see the caller ID and it's us, they're like, oh my God, what's happening? Every time my like family members pick up the phone, they're like, what happened? I'm like, no, I'm just saying hi. I just wanted to show you something I bought on FaceTime. Like, but it's just the reality. The last 2 years of our lives have been really difficult. All of this to say, disability we refuse to let it be the end of the world. Like, I want to inspire people that this is freaking hard. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and be like, oh my God, we have the best attitude and Jesus is amazing, because we are sold out Christians. We love the Lord and we want to live according to the scriptures. But there's times that I hated God in the last year, that I've yelled at God, that I've said, God, I am done. Like, I refuse to serve you because you owe me. I've been such a good servant. You owe me a healing for my husband, and you owe me this, and you owe me that. Listen, when you talk like that to Jesus, one, you know it's bad. You know your emotions are bad. One. And two, well, you about to learn some lessons the hard way. Because here's the thing, I've been serving.
Talk back.
Daniel, you grew up in church, right?
Yeah.
Give me your perspective. Do you feel like you almost felt like you were owed something for being such an amazing Christian?
No.
All right, so Daniel is a way better Christian than I am.
No, and it's not because of, like, I think your premise to the whole statement was wrong. You think it's because I've been a lifelong Christian and all that. I think it's a matter of one's, like, I think it has a lot to do with like your personality and your relationship with God and that relational aspect.
You don't have to be politically correct.
I'm trying to be nice, but
you don't have to be nice.
The whole God owed me something
It's
died
pride.
when my father did.
When your father, for those who might not know your story.
Oh, when my father passed of cancer in 2017? 16? Yeah, 2 years after high school.
How old were you?
21. 19, 20, 21? Yeah.
Listen, Daniel has had through all of this an amount of endurance that it's literally what the Bible says in the book of James, like, consider it pure joy when you face trials of various kind, for the testing of your faith will produce endurance. I probably butchered it a little bit, but it'll be on the screen. And my husband is literally like the biggest example of this to me. And not to put you on a pedestal or anything, like, he's human, guys, but
yeah, I make mistakes plenty.
He has been through, like, we're in March, it's April 1st, like I mentioned. The last 3 months, Daniel has had like already 4 procedures or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, he's going on his 4th procedure next week. and surgery. He had like major surgery. He's gonna have another major surgery next week. He's had a procedure on his, I mean, it's just, he's had an infection. He had a catheter infection, almost got septic on me. Like, it's been a rough year so far, but he takes it all so well. And I'm over here like, I hate God and I'm sick of this. And like, I don't want to present myself here as like perfect and holy. If you're sitting here going, I hate God and I'm upset, I've been there. But I bring my questions to the Lord, and I'm so grateful for his mercy, because God should have, like, how do you say that? Like, I should have been
smitten.
Yeah, like God could have, like, he could have smite me and smote me. I don't even know how to say. But like, lightning should have struck me dead already. I am the chief of sinners. I have no doubt that God is real, but I get angry with him when he doesn't do things my way, and I have to take a slice of humble pie and realize he doesn't owe me. He doesn't owe me that. He doesn't owe me answers. He doesn't like, we have to have an even if relationship with God. Even if you don't heal me, even if you don't give me the house, even if you don't give me the job, even if you don't give me that position, even if that relationship doesn't work out, even if I'm disappointed again and again and again, I will still serve you. You don't owe me these things. I don't serve you because of what you can give me. You are not a vending machine. You are not Genie. You're not the Genie in Aladdin. You're not Disney World. You are God, the King of the universe, the King of the world, and you have been more than good to me. So over this last year, I've had to take a very nice, hearty piece of humble pie with whipped cream on top, and I've had to learn that he is God. Anyway, so I'm just preaching hard on here, I guess. That's what we're gonna do today. But all of this to say, disability and difficulty, like, I have felt, because I serve God since I was a teenager. I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, I didn't go to the parties, I didn't have sex before marriage. I waited till marriage because I was so holy and so perfect. No, girl, you just did what you were supposed to do. My mom, one time I asked, okay, so I have a classic Puerto Rican hardcore mom, and I would go to school. They would all talk about like, oh yeah, I got my $100 allowance. You guys want to go to McDonald's and all these things. I'm like, allowance? What's an allowance? People get allowances? Like, from who? And they were like, oh, we get allowances from our parents. Every month we get money. I said, you get money for just existing? Nothing against allowances. Like, I think I'm going to institute an allowance with my kid, because I think it's a good way to give, you know, a little bit of money, a little tiny bit, small amount of money, and, you know, you can learn responsibility. But I was like, you get money for just existing from your parents? Like, what is this? Like, bribe money? And I remember, like, one time I went up to my mom and I was like, Mom, how come you don't give me money when I get good grades? Like, you know, like my classmates, like, their parents give them money when they get good grades, or, you know, when I clean or when I do things. And she looked, my Puerto Rican mother looked at me and she was like,
I'll beat you.
Why am I supposed to pay you for doing what you're supposed to do? She's like, do you want to be a failure? No, right? And you do these things because that's what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to shower. You are supposed to get good grades. You are supposed to go to school and clean and be a respectable human being. I'm not paying you for that. God rewards us, like, with protection, and he loves us, and we get to have eternity with him, because our lives here on earth are nothing but like a whisper, like a gust of wind, and then we're gone, right? In the grand scheme of things. And then we get to spend eternity with Jesus, with the Lord. That's our reward. And so I've learned that, yeah, God doesn't owe me anything. That's my slice of humble pie. I don't know what you are struggling with, but sometimes we just have to understand, you know, he doesn't owe us anything. We're humans, and he loves us, and he's already blessed us with salvation and with so much. And so, yeah. Do with that as you will.
It's all the way back there.
Smells like trash in No, he would not have behaved.
No, it would have been
This. Oh yeah. Saying I wish I brought Zeus, our dog. We have a chocolate lab, but because the dogs come in for $5, but he would have been overstimulated and jumping and acting crazy.
He's a well-behaved dog. It's
No.
not that he's not well-behaved. It's just he doesn't interact with people all that much.
He's a baby, but we just haven't mastered
Like,
leash
he can't do
walking.
that. He'll be pulling.
Yeah, we haven't mastered leash walking. This quote is so famous, and I never knew it was Edward Bach who had the tower built that said it. But this is the cutest thing. It says, "How will you make the world a better and more beautiful place?" We fit our little first hiccup of the day. Scooter cannot mulch. We've done mulch before.
Yeah, I can walk it, but the problem is we have to leave the scooter out here. And we don't know how
Attended.
deep
Yeah,
that
I
goes.
put my purse back on me, but people could take it. We don't know.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
And the
So I'm
map
trying to
for-
find this like lookout area. Because I came here when I was in high school, and we were here like maybe 2 hours. It was like the shortest trip ever. Oh, window by the pond. There it is. It's like this actual little building you can go into and view the pond.
How far
Number
are we from
8.
it?
Yeah, so like the tower is that way, but the pond is this way. So which one do you want to do first?
You tell me?
And I think it's mulch, Daniel.
That's okay. We'll figure out a way.
Because I honestly don't even know where we're at right now.
We're by the wild garden.
And I'm already getting annoyed because like there's like no shade unless you go into one of the little buildings. I'm getting like frustrated. I can't tell if it's mulch, and there's no like, see, it's like you can't even tell if the path is mulch or not, but I'm assuming it is. This is where we are, number 6, and we're trying to get to.
You're saying.
So this is beautiful. So quiet. I'm a little annoyed because I don't understand the map. So we gave up and we were going to the tower. That is so funny. But it's a mulch path. Haha, there. That is so funny. We found the window by the pond where we're good, right?
Yeah.
But when it's like brand new mulch like it is over here, you can tell the difference. It's not happening. I was getting frustrated because we couldn't tell on the map like what is mulch and what isn't, and it was looking like Daniel can only do paved areas because the mulch was too deep, but he's doing it. And so we gave up, and we were going to go to like an estate that you can go walk in, but we stumbled upon what we were really annoyed that we couldn't find. I was really excited about seeing this pond viewing area. That is so funny. Look at this girl. Wait, hold on. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. She's like not getting out of her way.
No, unfazed. Entirely.
You know something I heard about squirrels when I was younger? That they technically can't give you rabies. Like they get rabies, but by the time they like can really transmit it, they already die. You're doing good. I'm so happy. I can't begin to tell you like how peaceful this place is, because in like Florida, there's not a lot of places. It's to the right. Where you can like hike, because it's not pretty, but this place is. Found it. It's like this building area. Isn't it cool?
It is.
It's a really cool area by the pond.
Can you see the mouse that she was talking about?
Coolest place. It's kind of cool. It's like dirt, a dirt floor in this viewing area. Very outdoorsy. I was hoping it would have AC. It's getting hot. It's already close to 90 degrees outside, but it's not as humid as it could be because it's not full-blown summer yet. But this is nice. We stand corrected. It didn't do well uphill. Well, it didn't do well uphill with Daniel in it. He sunk down.
Yeah.
And now we're heading back. We both can't get over how pretty it is out here. It's just nice, and like people are quiet, and it's nice. know, so while most adults our age are walking hand in hand with their toddler or walking hand in hand, like really, you know, romantic. That's the reality.
Yeah, the path is over here. Let's take it through there.
No, there's a path over here.
Okay.
That's just our lives, guys. It's a reality. I know what you get.
I got chicken tendies.
I already started eating it, but I got a smoked Gouda and turkey sandwich and chips.
When you left, I went back up there. I was like, you guys have mac and cheese?
Because you know, I don't let you have that.
They don't have any. Like, depression.
They have like, it's cafe food, so it's sandwiches and salads and stuff.
So, I'm eating chicken tenders. And I realized they're animal shaped.
No, they're not.
Looks like a manatee. They're not animal shaped though. It looks just like a manatee.
Right now we are heading to like a boardwalk area that there's like a marshland and you can just kind of walk through it. And lunch was really good. We sat there for a while just talking and letting the food settle before we head out on more walking and more hiking. Is this considered hiking?
I don't know. Well,
I think I'm too high maintenance for hiking.
Yeah, I think it's more foresty and then.
So I am taking us the right way because I was totally questioning myself that I was taking us the right way. And a golf cart gave me a ride. I rode the scooter for a little bit because Mr. Yorro has his moments where he just wants to stretch his legs and walk. He told me that he could have done this whole day without the scooter, which I don't know how sure I feel about that. I just think it's better to play it safe and just bring the scooter, but it's okay.
Yeah, if I let you ride the scooter after we eat though, I will be throwing up.
That's true. He cannot do like physical activity after he eats for a few hours, like 1 or 2 hours, which is not too bad. It's just the food needs to settle before he can get back to walking and everything. But I didn't mind riding it at all for a little bit, I'll be honest. This place has I mean, you can tell there's just a lot of places to walk, and they're also secluded. It's been peaceful, honestly. It's been healing to get out in nature. And like I said, there's not a lot of places to hike like this that I feel comfortable in Florida because there's like snakes and stuff. We found the boardwalk. I'm so proud that I navigated us here. Daniel's doing good on the gravel. Doing good?
I was in a struggle.
Here.
No. I got it. Got it.
So pretty. Are you okay? We're on gravel. Okay, we've decided that gravel is not the way to go. So we're gonna head back to the boardwalk and we're gonna go check out the shop and then probably go home after that because it's already, I think, past 3 and we are getting tired. Hit it hard, hit it hard, hit it hard. All right, Daniel, so rate it for me. What do you think about Bok Tower Gardens?
This was off. A solid 9 out of 10, 8, 9 out of 10.
Really enjoyed it. We're really considering getting the annual pass thing. I don't know if it's an annual pass, but this was so much fun. And y'all, it's peaceful and it's a Saturday.
And
so
we haven't even done half of the things that are here.
Yeah, we really didn't get to everything. It's a lot of walking, so I think we're spent. Daniel himself did a lot of walking today, so can't beat it. And the weather is perfection. I think in the dead of summer though, it would be brutal, but totally worth it. That was a nice hot day. Got the AC blasting. So it's hot. It's 90 degrees outside. So we are pretty spent. It is 4:12. We were here over 4 hours, which is pretty awesome. And I just helped Daniel get the scooter in the back and we are heading home. Overall, totally worth it to come to Bok Tower Gardens. Really a fun place, great for family, people with kids, and even people with disabilities, which I thought was so awesome. A lot of their stuff was very accessible. I give this place like a 9 out of 10. It's great because not everything is perfectly accessible. There's not like paved paths all the way around the tower. It's like mulch, so it's hard to access that, but you can, on the actual paved path, get pretty close. I mean, you get super close to the tower just on one side, but if you want to go around it, unfortunately, then yeah, it's not super great for that. It's like this short kind of almost golf course grass. I don't know what the right terms are. So I think you could still get by on a wheelchair and stuff. But yeah, it was hard to navigate a little bit of that. And if you are someone who is completely wheelchair bound, it could be a little bit difficult to navigate that mulch and navigate the grass. But for the most part, it was accessible. It was wonderful. They have scooters that you can rent. I don't know how much they are, but if I find out, I will show it somewhere on the screen. But it was totally worth it. I really enjoyed it. It's calm, it's peaceful. There wasn't crazy crowds. We're actually in April, so I know there's some people who are still on spring break and traveling to the area, but it's still kind of a hidden gem in the sense that it never is truly like ridiculously full. And I really like that. I don't like huge crowds that I have to worry about us navigating through. So that was a really nice part. The food was really good. I recommend it. It was like cafe style food, wraps and things like that. It wasn't like burgers or any fried foods really. It was salads and wraps and sandwiches, except the chicken tenders, it did have that. So that's kid friendly.
Those tendies were good.
And Daniel gave the tendies a good review.
Yeah, I was surprised.
But overall, I actually had like a really nice, relaxing, refreshing time. So I really recommend it if you're someone who needs that as well. And overall had a great time. They were actually setting up for a wedding. I thought about having our wedding here as one of the places I looked at, but I didn't know that I could have the actual reception here, and you can. Like in the museum area, there is space for, there is actual space in that area where they set up tables and stuff, and then you can have your ceremony right by the tower. So I guess they start closing everything down, and then you can have the wedding. So overall, had a really good time. I make more videos like this, and some are gonna pop up on the screen if you wanna watch a few more, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.